Headline Bias Tracker for Christmas Day 2023. Merry Christmas, one and all. Let's just get into it. Next generation of Tesla's humanoid robots makes its debut. That's a good headline. Tesla's plan to act normal in 2023 worked out. That's great. Tesla sparks excitement with surprising new location to expand operations finally. Tried to make a little negativity there, but it didn't stick. That's still positive. What a great start to a Christmas day. Production hell. Okay, still not true. If it is true, this evidence does not support it. This one just will not die. It's been going on for days, way more than two. But if you think that's old news, Tesla owner locked out of his car until he pays $26,000 for a new battery. This face looks familiar. Well, let's take a look here. Oh, it's updated. Oh, wow. Locked out of his car unless he bought a new battery. Yeah, this is so dumb. This is from last year. This is from September of last year. It's a story that will not die, even though it definitely should. Can we stop regurgitating FUD? No, we can't, because there's money in it. Recall safety concerns are still the big overriding one for this week. We've seen this headline at least 4, 5, 6 times a day, every day, for the last 3 days, but probably 4. Opinion. Cybertruck isn't for everyone, but we still like it. Nice. BYD stock is a better electric vehicle bet than Tesla. Buy it now. This is financial advice, Barons. Why is it that the YouTubers always say this is not financial advice and these reckless fools don't? Very strange. And by the way, I would have bought BYD years ago, but it's not traded on a market that I trust. I don't trust the Chinese stock exchange. An abused wife took over Tesla on tracking tech and she lost. And this is just from yesterday. No, this is from a week ago and really from months ago. He's the registered owner. Her ex is the registered owner, and she's trying to remove him from the app. There's no court order saying that they need to do that. So Tesla's not going to remove registered owners from the app. He's still on the title. Maintenance costs, neutral. Recall. Building a new store. All right. Yuletide grudge. CEO still cross with Biden for giving the cold shoulder 2 years ago. What are you doing, Benzinga? What are you doing? Lucid's $50,000 Tesla Challenger under development, CEO suggests. Peter suggests a lot of things, but we do know it's under development. Corey Steuben was hired as the head of design for midsize. The problem is, if you're talking 50 grand, is that really a Tesla competitor? Because Model Y is already well under 50 grand, depending on which model you want. I mean, even a long range is under 50,000 and a standard range is below that. There are, you can, and this is going to come out later in the decade. Peter got very angry when I said later this decade, I didn't mean 2030. Peter, we're giving you the most wiggle room because ain't no way in hell you're getting it done in time, if ever. And if you do, the shares will be diluted to a point that today's bag holders will be left holding the bag. Tesla recall. Tesla blames drivers. 5 days ago, this Reuters story is still pumping. Ridiculous. Acquires land for mega factory. That's great. What I learned on my Cannonball 6 days ago, it's still up. Well, again, it's Christmas. Most journalists are home with their families. I'm home with my family, but we're not leaving to see the cousins for another hour, so I'm getting this done. I'm getting my work done. Cybertruck hostage to production hell. Come on. U.S. car makers at the whim of Tesla supply versus demand trends. I gave this a neutral rating because they are, and it's true, but what this is saying is that there is a problem, but that Tesla is the leader. So I'm giving it neutral. And then lastly, Tesla faces inquiry by Norway's safety regulator over suspension failures. No, they're doing it over allegations of suspension failures in another country, not so much in Norway. I'd seen this as Sweden too. This has more to do, likely, with backlash for the strike than anything else. Very, very interesting. How are we doing on the day? Down, it's at negative 40. Not great, with a 7-day trailing average of negative 26, which gives us this number right here. 7-day average has improved, I guess, but today's number is down. Getting pretty consistent on this line here, right around negative 25-ish. So let's jump into topic 2, SpaceX. Here we are. This is more exciting. Any bad news in SpaceX this week? Not really. And there's a lesson here at the end, so hope you stick around for that. NASA astronauts test crucial moon elevator. It's the little, the little window washer thing that comes out of the side and lowers astronauts, hopefully, to the moon. At SpaceX, we never think about the quarter, and needs no rush to spin off Starlink, given all the, and what the rest of the headline's great too, given the tremendous distraction of being public like Tesla. Yeah, being public puts you at the mercy of shareholders. He doesn't want that. I'm calling that positive. We're all positive so far. SpaceX Falcon 9 launches 2 German military satellites. Positive. Targets Sunday for Falcon 9 launch. Great. SpaceX returns vital life science research to Earth. It's the Dragon capsule returning. Great. Planning early morning launch Sunday with sonic boom to follow. That's fun. You could call that negative. It's not. We're space people looking up SpaceX. No one's going to look at that and say, I can't believe rockets are loud. It's a positive headline. SpaceX Starlink satellites light up Bay Area skies Saturday night. Fun. Launches twin radar satellites. Same story. Kicks off Starship testing ahead of next flight. Now, if you wanted to make that negative, you could say, the tiles are still falling off, even during static fire. That would be true, but negative, and it isn't. It's just testing. New annual launch record for Falcon rockets. Yeah, that's great. NASA astronauts test. There you can see the space elevator. It's just a little shark cage. Launches Falcon 9, first stage booster on record-breaking 19th flight. This rocket has flown 19 times. That's exciting. Bezos hopes Amazon's strategy will help Blue Origin top SpaceX. Little negative, not too bad, but it's all right. SpaceX launches Falcon 9. SpaceX blows through Falcon launch record, doesn't hit 100. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? And if you look it up, you'll see the previous launch record is held by SpaceX, and it was set last year, and the number was 60. They've exceeded that number by more than 50%, and they didn't hit 100. Still neutral, but come on. Launch SpaceX to miss goal of 100 Falcon launches. That's negative. That's negative because it doesn't mention that they already set the record. They shattered it months ago. But they didn't get their goal of 100. Oh, it's just terrible. Jeff Bezos' rocket startup and Cerberus compete to buy SpaceX rival. Neutral. Does anyone care? Neutral. You just put SpaceX in there because otherwise no one would see the article. List of launches, neutral. Falcon 9 launches on record-breaking 19th mission. Very exciting. That's really bringing the cost down. That's 18 rockets you didn't have to chuck in the sea to get 19 launches. Dragon departure. Artemis 2 moon crew invited to visit SpaceX to talk Starship. Neat. Positive. Dragon departure. And then lastly, SpaceX launch of Axiom Space's 3rd private astronaut mission delayed to January 17th. I'm calling it neutral. It sounds a little negative, but it's not. It's just a delay. Delays in space are not unusual, and that's fine. That's not a big delay. How'd we do on SpaceX today? Positive 80 with a week-over-week change. Last week it was just positive 8. Oh, that's a pretty big swing in a week. There's no environmental stuff. But the takeaway is know your audience. What will get you clicks to your article on this day? And on this audience, They don't want SpaceX bad news. They don't want you to focus on the negative. That's not going to sell you clicks. That's not going to get you eyeballs. The simple answer is the right one. And how are we doing here? SpaceX is the yellow line. From there, boom, way up there. One of the best showings of any company we've tracked ever. And you can see other lines with other names. You can pause it all you want, but ho, 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 it's time to go. Merry Christmas. Stay tuned and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you soon.